Alrighty guys, welcome back to Star Wars Review. Today is the weekly Star Wars recap for December 2nd, 2024, which this week there's some comic news and some animated Star Wars news, which I'm very excited about. But before I get into all that news stuff, we gotta jump into the new releases for starting off with everything what came out since last episode, which there was the Star Wars Outlaws DLC titled Wild Card, which I haven't gotten around to playing it at all yet, so can't really say much about it right now. There was some comics, The High Republic Adventures Phase 3 Issue 12, The High Republic Adventures Echoes of Fear Issue 3, The High Republic Adventures Dispatches from the Occlusion Zone Issue 2, The Battle of Jakku, Republic Under Siege Issue 1, and Republic Under Siege Issue 2, which I haven't read any of those. But coming out this week is Star Wars Skeleton Crew Episodes 1 and 2 on December 2nd, 2024, which was originally going to be December 3rd, but they moved it up one day. I think episodes 3 through 8 will air on Tuesday nights, where this one is just Monday night. Don't really know why fully. They are doing a theatrical release for these episodes, a lot like they did for the Acolyte this summer, where it's kind of a very limited first come first serve type of thing. But the show kind of snuck up on me. I have a bunch of stuff I still need to make videos on when I haven't, which I wanted to do before the show came out, but I'll just do them while the show's coming out or afterwards, I don't know. Anyways, I'll have reviews and whatnot out for the episode soon. But also coming out this week is The High Republic Tempest Breaker on December 3rd, which is a new audio drama, and The Battle of Jakku, Republic Under Siege Issue 3, which will come out December 4th, 2024. Also, not Star Wars, but Lucasfilm related, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, the new Indiana Jones video game from Bethesda and Xbox, will be coming out. Also, it's technically the 9th, I think, is the release date, so next Monday, but there is an early access which will come out the 6th, so that will be coming out this week, which I'm very excited for that game. But anyways, let's jump into the news, which first, a third volume of Star Wars Visions was announced, kind of randomly. It was like, I think it might have been midnight on the Eastern time. Just kind of tweeted it out, announcing it. Obviously, I don't know if there was another event it was announced at or something I just didn't know about, but it felt kind of random. Wasn't expecting it, but I am very happy because I've enjoyed Visions so far. But it seems like this third volume will be similar to the first one, featuring 9 anime shorts, as the second volume had several different types of animation, from anime to stop motion to 2D to 3D and all that. So this third volume will be strictly just anime, so kind of going back to the roots of the first volume, which they did reveal the 9 studios who will be working on the 9 shorts, which will be some returning studios, which those are Kamikaze Doga, who did The Dole, Kinema Citrus, who did The Village Bride, Production IG, who did The Ninth Jedi, and Trigger, who did The Twins and The Elder. And there'll be 5 new studios: Anima, which Kamikaze Doga will be working with them on their short, which will be separate from the other one Kamikaze Doga is doing. There will also be shorts from David Production, Polygon Pictures, Project Studio Q, and Wit Studio, which I'm not a huge anime person, so I don't know any of those new studios, and I honestly kind of just forgot to look them up to see what they've done. But excited for it. I enjoyed the first 2 volumes. Obviously, I do wonder if some of the returning studios could make follow-ups to some of their previous shorts, which I would enjoy, as like ones like The Dole and The Ninth Jedi I really enjoyed those ones and would like continuations. At least the Dole has gotten those in comics and books and whatnot, but the Ninth Jedi hasn't gotten anything like that. But as of right now, there isn't many details on the third volume other than these studios and that it will release sometime next year. So yeah, but to move on to some comic news now. Back in early 2020, Marvel announced a comic adaptation of The Rise of Skywalker, the 9th Skywalker saga film, but then COVID happened and it delayed all the Marvel comics, and then the adaptation just never ended up coming out until a few weeks ago when they kind of just randomly announced that they're going to finally release it, coming out 5 years after it was originally announced, which they announced that the first issue will be releasing February 26, 2025, and that'll run 5 issues, which it doesn't seem like anything's changed from the previous announcement, as announced 5 years ago. It'll be written by Jody Houser with art by Will Sliney. The cover they revealed 5 years ago is exactly the same as the one they revealed now. So, I assume they probably had it mostly finished and just sitting there. And there's a new Kylo Ren ongoing series, Legacy of Vader, coming out in February. So I guess it's a good time to, finally release this. Honestly, I don't really care that much that it was never released. I don't really care for the comic adaptations that much. They've obviously been doing a bunch of the Disney Plus series recently, so I assume those do good sales-wise, and so now they're doing this because of that. Obviously, for me with comic adaptations, I would like more of the novels adapted into comics more, like they did more recently with the Thrawn and Thrawn Alliance's novels, and that's really all they've done. I would like more things like that, but obviously it is nice to actually get this comic adaptation, as obviously every other live action Star Wars film has had a comic adaptation, so it is nice to at least have that. But moving on to some other comic related news, it was revealed that Marvel and Dark Horse will once again be doing a free comic book day issue in 2025, with Marvel's being similar to last year's, just having a couple shorter stories in it, which there'll be ones written by Alex Segura, Charles Soule, and Mark Guggenheim, with art by Phil Noto, Luke Ross, Stefano Raphael, and Madhubik Musabekov, which the description for it says, celebrating the new era of Star Wars comics, Luke Skywalker finds himself in a wretched hive of scum and villainy, facing off against pirates. Jedi Knights Qui-Gon Jinn and Tensu Run are on the hunt for the villainous Corliss Wrath. Who is the mysterious Vinay? And what is his connection to Darth Vader and Kylo Ren? Which, Guggenheim is writing the upcoming Jedi Knights ongoing, so I would assume he'll be writing the story about Qui-Gon Jinn, and Soule is writing the upcoming Legacy of Vader story, so I assume he'll be writing the one about Vinay, which I did speculate that Vinay would be in Legacy of Vader, so I'm thinking I might be right. Obviously, Segura right now is writing the Battle of Jakku series, so I do wonder if he'll be writing a new ongoing what's set after the Battle of Jakku, or if his story is just kind of more connected to the Battle of Jakku. Obviously, don't really know. But also Dark Horse is also going to be similar to last year. They're just doing another Young Jedi Adventures Free Comic Book Day issue, which Free Comic Book Day 2025 will be May 3rd, 2025, which I think is always kind of the first week of May. But finally, there is the February 2025 Marvel Comics for Star Wars, which all of them I've already kind of talked about beforehand, so I'm not going to go super in depth, except for this first one, which is The High Republic Fear of the Jedi, Issue 1, which will be written by Cam Scott with art by America Cresta, and will come out February 19th, 2025, which the description says, "What scares the Jedi?" New York Times bestselling author Cam Scott returns with artist America Cresta for the galaxy-shattering final arc of Star Wars The High Republic. As fighting within the Nihil Occlusion Zone intensifies, Jedi Master Keeve Trennis is set upon a path that will change her life forever. Guest starring the Acolyte's Wookiee Jedi Master Kelnaka, alongside fan-favorite characters from Star Wars The High Republic novels, audio dramas, and comics. Also in February, there'll be Legacy of Vader, Issue 1, written by Charles Soule with art by Luke Ross, which will come out February 5th, 2025. Which I already talked about that in the last episode. And then, also the Rise of Skywalker comic adaptation. But there will also be the Ahsoka comic adaptation, Issue 8, written by Rodney Barnes, with art by George Gianti, which will come out February 19th, 2025. But that's going to be for this week's weekly Star Wars recap. I'll hopefully be back next week, actually. Maybe do this show weekly like I'm supposed to, but hopefully I'll get around to making more videos like I've wanted to. Obviously, Skeleton Crew comes out. I'll watch it. Hopefully I am not lazy and actually get reviews done. But obviously there's still a bunch of other stuff I need to do reviews for, which I haven't got around to because I've been lazy. But anyways, I'm rambling on. I've been Star Wars Review, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.
What if we could go anywhere we want in the whole galaxy? A real adventure. No more pretend. I found something buried in the woods. What do you think it is?
I think it's a lost Jedi temple.